Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another edition of Gary's Movie Emporium. Um, I decided to change my mind about how I was going to shoot video today. Wasn't planning on shooting one today, but because we got a heavy rain early towards this morning, I'm going to put off mowing the lawn and I'm going to shoot a video right now. And I'm going to mow my lawn tomorrow, but I'm gonna get right at what I got at the Dollar Tree and Big Lots. The was it Friday? I think it's Friday. First up out of the batch here, movie starring Gael Garcia Bernal and Luis Tosar. Even the Rain. It says it's a powerful and richly layered, according to Jonathan Holland from Variety magazine. Uh, from Image Entertainment, 103 minutes, 5.1 and 2.0 surround and stereo. The problem here is the language is English or Spanish, not in English. It's subtitled in English and French and Spanish. But if I want to know what's going on, I'm going to have to read this one. It's about an idealistic filmmaker, Sebastian, and his cynical producer, Costa, arrive in Bolivia to make a revisionist film about Christopher Columbus's conquest of the Americas. But as filming commences, the local citizens begin to riot and protest against a multinational corporation that is taking control of their water supply. With the film's shoot in jeopardy, both find their convictions shaken. Inspired by the real-life water wars in Bolivia in the year 2000, Even the Rain explores the lasting effects of Spanish imperialism, still resonating some 500 years later in the continued struggle in indigenous people against oppression and exploitation. And that's Even the Rain. I believe there's a Creeks Clearwater revival about rain. Wonder if the song's in here. But, looks pretty interesting. A lot of water supply, or lack of it, I guess, or it's tainted or whatever. This is a spiritual one. It's called I Believe With God All Things Are Possible. Stars Rowan Smith, Matt Lindquist, Wilford Brimley. You know Wilford Brimley from Cocoon and Cocoon in Return, and John Carpenter's The Thing, Jeremy London, Will McNamara, and Tom Sizemore. This is from 2017, and it's Dove approved. Approximate running time of 90 minutes. It's available in 5.1 surround. Wonderful and inspiring, according to the Dove Foundation. Next up, a movie starring Tia Carrera, Luke Perry, Peter Fonda, Supernova. I believe this is a French version, so if I want to know what's going on, I gotta watch this in French. And I think it has subtitles, I would imagine. Although it doesn't really say. This movie's from 2004. And it's good. I'm glad I have it, though. It's got Luke Perry in it. He's passed away this past year or two. And just to have something with him in the collection. This is 2004 Silver Star Limited and 2012 Phase 4. So I wonder if it took that long to go to DVD or something. But like I said, that's Supernova. I believe that was a Sci-Fi Channel movie as well. And then I got this The Rancateurs live at Montreux or Montreux, 2008. 16 by 9, Dolby Digital Surround, 5.1. 100 minutes of approximate running time. It's from 2012. This is 2008, but I take it the disc was released maybe in 2012, like 3 or 4 years after. I don't know much about that band. Somebody was saying that they really wanted that, so it's out there. If you it's probably like one of the last ones out there because like I saw it at 3 or 4 different places, and it's just like people overlooked it. So if you look good, you might be able to find that. And then I got a movie starring Freddie Highmore and Emma Roberts. It's called The Art of Getting By. It's been recommended by the Sundance Film Festival. 2011? Yeah, 2011, 20th Century Fox. It's dual air. 2011, like I said. 83 minutes. Fatalistic teenager George Zenovoy is a master at just barely getting by. In fact, he's practically turned into an art form, making it through the entire school year without doing a shred of work. But when George meets a beautiful and complicated girl named Sally, he discovers a kindred spirit who turns his slacker world upside down. Their quirky and unexpected romance may just inspire George to do the unthinkable, get off his butt and chase after his dreams. Sorry about the glare. Then next up, Icons, Rivals, Champions, and Sisters. Venus and Serena discovered the truth behind the legends. I've been passing this one up a lot of times. It's a Magnolia home entertainment release from 2012. I'm trying to see. It has an Access TV look at Venus and Serena. Has a 1:78:1 ratio. Let's see. 100 minutes. And you can go to a website for this particular movie. It's called magpictures.com. But that's that one. Might be alright. And then I got a double feature. A movie starring Edward James Olmos in movie 1. And the second movie starring John Leguizamo called Empire, Two Worlds Collide. I've seen American Me. I've never seen Empire. This is 2007. Both the features are rated R. Empire has more special features than the Edward James Olmos American Me. 5.1 hour and 40 minutes on Empire, and 2 hours and 6 minutes on American Me. And I had to open it because I thought it was loose, and it turns out it's a 2-discer. And there's disc 1 with American Me, and then disc 2 has Empire. And as you can see, I really like the art on Empire. It's like got a greenish, silverish look to it. Kind of almost like something from the Matrix. But it looks like a Matrix disc. Pretty happy with finding that. And then next up, this company's no longer run up and running. It's called. It's from Broad Green Pictures. Song of Lahore. Um, it's a film by Academy Award winner Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy and Andy Shaken. Or Shaken. It's PG, 82 minutes, single air disc, 5.1. It follows social studios musicians from their hometown in Pakistan to New York City as they rehearse and lake the stage. Oh, and take the stage. I thought it said lake. Take the stage for a truly moving concert performance with jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra after receiving a personal invitation to perform from Wynton Marsalis. I think Wynton Marsalis is a jazz musician, so big honor for these musicians that are trying to make it big. And then next up, I got this. In this part, I got all Blu-rays here. I got this single Blu-ray. No, special like combos or anything, but it's called Bogalusa Charm. It stars. It doesn't even have. It doesn't really have the cast on here too well. I thought. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it's a documentary from Gravitas Ventures. So, Stephen Richardson film, 82 minutes, Region A, 2016 with art design from 2018. See, James had that one in his extras. Next up, I got National Parks Exploration Series, Yosemite, the High Sierras. This is from, believe it or not, not Echo Bridge, but Mill Creek. 2.0 Dolby Digital. Nowhere else is there a grand expression of jaw-dropping experience than Yosemite, the High Sierras. Basically, it's a documentary on the Yosemite mountains, and pretty much self-explanatory. There's no need to read. Pretty happy with that, though. How long was that? Oh, an hour and 11 minutes. And next up, we got also another extra that James had was Climate Warriors. I almost got this from him, and then I was like, well, maybe I can find it. And I went back out, and I was able to find it. It's from 2019, 5.1, 16:9 widescreen. Basically, it's about an environmental documentary. It's about climate change. Focuses on one key factor, the energy transition, the biggest structural reform since the beginning of the industrial age. Film presents people from diverse backgrounds who are strongly aware that we need a fast change in order to protect the environment and preserve our human rights. And they're united by the spirit of responsibility and hope those climate warriors stand up to resist lobbyists and inhuman social realities. And that's Climate Warriors. And then I got this with a slip. This kind of replaces what I had with Distorted. I watched this the other day. No Mercy, or I think that's his name. No Mercy said, Gary, you ought to watch that. And I'm like, I did. I'm going to have to say I liked it, but it does have its share of problems. Like, I felt like they didn't do what they could have with John Cusack in the movie. The story was kind of messy towards the end because it was like it felt like it really didn't have a purpose, like the whole reason for being. But outside of that, I had fun with it. I liked the visuals. Christina Ricci did really good in this movie. Had a couple jump scares that were really effective. So I have to give a mild 2 thumbs up for this. I'm sorry if I liked it, Mercy, but I don't know, just something about it. I liked it. It might have been because it had that futuristic sci-fi element to it. I'm a sucker for that. I don't know. I recommend it. I thought it was really good, and I can't go wrong now that I've got it. Blu-ray DVD combo pack. This is an Echo Bridge 5.1 in 86 minutes. I recommend it if you kind of like, rainy day. But if you go into expecting a masterpiece, it's not that. But it is really fun. I thought it was pretty fun. But that's Distorted with Christina Ricci and John Cusack from 2018. Okay, and then next up, and this is the last of it here. These are exclusively Big Lots titles I picked up. We got a special edition here of The Boss Baby, Blu-ray, 3D Blu-ray, and digital. Comes with a slip here. I like this movie. I thought it was really funny. Alec Baldwin does a really good job in this movie. Something about it, just like so much different than the typical animated movie. It was actually clever, and kind of absurd at sometimes, but funny. The two worlds collided really good in this, and it made for a really fun and fast-paced animated classic, at least in my eyes. From 20th Century Fox. 2-disc. Fun and clever. I didn't even read that, and that's what somebody said. It's Katie Walsh from Chicago Tribune calls it a clever film. So I'm glad I wasn't the only one that thought this was a clever children's title that you could also classify as for an adult, because it is a little too clever at times for like kids. Kids will like the animation part, but that's the story's kind of neat. How they tie it all together by the end. So highly recommend that one. These two, well, not two. It's really the same one, but I'm showing both because they're both the same steelbook. But it shows that you can get a really good buy at. I think she got this at Dollar General. This one. That last one I got at Big Lots, by the way. We got 2 of these. Sherlock Holmes, Game of Shadows. So that'd be part 2 in the Sherlock Holmes. I like the first movie. Something about the second one, I had a hard time sitting through this one. It was like trying to be too clever for its own good. Like the first one, I liked it, flowed better. I thought it was a much better film. But I hear people that like this, but I don't know. Just I don't like something that's too clever. Like too much of a story to follow. Because like this thing clocks in at 2 hours and 9 minutes. I mean, to me, you can still effectively tell a good movie in an hour and 45 minutes, especially in a Sherlock Holmes film. Because if you get to that 2 hours plus, and I don't know, and just to me, it falls into that like kind of falls into that category where like the newer generation of movies that come out like have to be over 2 hours plus, like to get the story across. And see, it loses me in that third act, and I'm like, whew, I'm done. I don't want to watch no more. It's like that's the way I felt with this one. Whereas the first one, I felt like even though it might have been longer, it did a better job in that amount of time to get its story across. But still pretty happy with it being steelbooks, and they were $4 a piece. And this movie is from 2011, and there is a third one on the way. Whether that gets shot right away is anyone's guess with COVID, and right now there's no sense of planning anything with the movie theaters until people can go out and about and do things at the theater without having to worry about getting COVID. So anyone's guess on when movies will actually start shooting, full schedules and stuff. So. But I'm guessing maybe early 2021, maybe. Next up, movie starring Evan Peters. I think this was supposed to go on my Dollar Tree part, but oh well. This stars Melanie Griffith, Evan Peters, Barkat Abdi, and Al Pacino, Pirates of Somalia. It's an Echo Bridge. I believe he played in Captain Phillips. He played in Captain Phillips. Starring Tom Hanks. He risked everything to tell their story. This is from 2000. Well, the artwork says 2017, so I'm assuming it's movies around that time. 118 minutes of running time on this one. I haven't seen this one yet, but it looks pretty good. Danger on the High Seas, it looks like. And then finally, I had to wrap it up with some horror here. I was telling Sean about this in a comment he made about how well Big Lots is kind of changing the game and really good titles for a cheap price. And I scoured the whole rack on all four sides. I even went to a different section of the store where they had Blu-rays for $5 and DVDs for $3. And then I came back to where there were more movies, and I went through all four parts of the rack around in a complete square. And I came back to the I went to the fourth part of the square, and there was less selection on that side, but I was going through the DVDs, and I see these clear cases automatically, and I automatically go to them because I always like the look of them. I flopped a disc down, and after I flopped that down, this popped out. Beige Motel, Season 2. Wild, crazy, and really, really good. This is a damn good show. I recommend it if you can get all 5 seasons of it. It's a really good show. Not really overly faithful to the original, but classy like the movie series was. Kind of still kind of holding the Norman character, in high regard. Not your typical slasher like Jason and Michael, but more of a humanistic side of Norman. And Freddie Highmore does a really good job as Norman, much better than Vince Vaughn did in the reboot that he did with I can't remember the director that made it. I can't remember, but this is season 2. I had to open it because I was afraid the disc might be running loose, but there's disc 1, season 2, disc 2, season 2, and disc 3, season 2. Has bonus features on it. Deleted scenes. Origins of a Psycho, Inside Bates Motel, Bates Motel After Hours, Season 2 finale. Your creepy new guilty pleasure, says Hollywood.com. So, be a good time to binge watch this show. If you guys don't know enough about it, I would highly recommend it. It's like I there's shows that I can binge watch, but I don't like to do that because I feel like I take in too much and then I lose it like later. Like, I don't like it thrown at me all at once. I like to maybe watch an episode, wait a day or two, then watch another one, or wait a week and watch another one. Kind of like the way you do weekly TV, kind of. But if there's a show that you can binge watch that I would say that I would put up there in that category, I'd say it's this one. I admit some seasons aren't quite as good as like the first couple, but I thought by the fifth one, like the climax they did with like Norman was well done, and it really never let up speed throughout this series for me. I liked every season. There were some things that were a problem, but per se I liked this show, and I recommend it. It makes a good companion piece with the show Dexter. Like, it'd be good to have right on the shelf next to Dexter, because in a lot of ways it kind of feels like Dexter. But yeah, that's it for the Dollar Tree, Big Lots, and Dollar General haul that I did this past weekend. But I have some more that I want to do, but those will be not tomorrow. But let's see, today's Monday, won't be tomorrow, so it'll be Wednesday. I'll be making another video. But I hope everybody liked what I got. This was the better part of the haul that I got, so I thought I'd show this in a video, because I want to put these away, and then like I said, on Wednesday I'll shoot another video, and we'll go from there. And I hope everybody liked what I got. Stay safe out there. Happy hunting. Don't just go to Dollar Tree. Go to Big Lots too. There's a lot of good stuff there. Dollar General has some steel books that they sell from time to time for cheap. You have many options. Stores are cramped. Maybe you might want to, maybe not go in, because I don't know where you live. You might live in Florida where it's bad, and you might live out in Timbuktu where you hardly have any people to run into. That's kind of my story. I live in a bigger area because I'm a small town guy, and where I live now would be considered small time for where a number of you guys live. But I hope everybody liked this video, and happy hunting, and stay safe out there. And I'll see you on Wednesday. See you later. Bye.